So, good morning, all of you. Good morning, all of you. Welcome to today's biology class. So, do you remember what did we learn in our previous class? Yes, we learned about the hormones. So, today in the biology class, we are going to discuss about the hormones in animals. We all heard about the term hormones, glands, and what is it? Do you know what is hormones? Shall we go to the topic? Okay. Hormones are the chemical secretions, chemical messengers secreted by the ductless endocrine gland that regulate the biological process of living. So hormones are the chemical messengers. We can say that hormones are acting like messengers. Hormones are the chemical messengers secreted by the ductless endocrine gland. What do you mean by ductless endocrine gland? Ductless, which means if a gland is producing a hormone that is directly poured to the blood, that type of glands are called ductless. It doesn't have a duct, so it's called ductless. And endocrine gland, ductless endocrine gland. What do you mean by endocrine gland? There are different types of glands that we will discuss now. So hormones are the chemical messengers secreted by the ductless endocrine glands. That's the endocrine gland that regulate the biological process of living. So in the process of living, in the biological process, there are different types of glands that are producing the hormones to regulate the biological process of living, that are called hormones. Okay, so that are called hormones. Then, what are the characteristics of hormones? Shall we go to it? What are the characteristics? What are the characteristics of hormone? Hormones are act as messengers that we already discussed. It act like messengers. Hormones are acting like messengers because it has to transfer one message to one part of the body to another. So it is acting like a messengers. Then they are organic compounds. The hormones are organic compounds. It contains how many things? So it is called organic compounds. Then they are secreted by the small amounts by the cells of endocrine gland. The hormones are secreted by only endocrine gland. So different types of glands are there, and from among that one, the endocrine glands are only producing hormones. Okay. Then what is the next point about hormone? They are poured directly into the blood. We already discussed that there is no duct. So if a gland is producing a hormone, that is directly poured into the blood. There is no duct, so it is directly poured to the blood. That is another point. Another point. They act on specific tissues or organs called target organ. They are acting in specific tissues or organs. Our bodies, our glands are producing hormones. These hormones are acting in a particular part of the body. That organ, that particular part, otherwise that organ is called a target organ. So these are the characteristics of hormones. So what are the characteristics? They act as chemical messengers. They are organic compounds. Then they are secreted by the ductless endocrine gland. They are poured directly into the blood because there is no duct, so it is directly going to the blood. They act on specific tissues or organs called the target organs. The hormones is working or acting in a particular organ. That type of organs are called a target organ. So that are the characteristics of hormones. The next one, glands. We all know that the glands are producing hormones. So what are glands? A cell, a tissue, or an organ. Either it will be a cell, a tissue, or an organ, which secrete certain useful chemical compounds required for the particular functions is called a gland. So a gland is a hormone, or otherwise it's a secretion by a tissue, a cell, or an organ, which useful for the chemical compounds required for particular functions are called glands. So we discussed about the hormone. These hormones are coming from, otherwise the hormones are secreted from the glands. The glands either be a cell, a tissue, or an organ. That type of things are called glands. So that's about glands, hormones and glands. Now, there are different types of glands. So what are the different types of glands? There are three types of glands. What are they? Exocrine gland, then endocrine gland, exocrine gland, endocrine gland, and hexocrine gland. These are the different types of glands. What are its functions? We already discussed that there are different types of glands. These are the three types of glands: endocrine, exocrine, and hectocrine. These are the three types of glands. So endocrine glands are the glands, exocrine glands. Exocrine glands, we all know that in our mouth, saliva, when we discussed about the digestion, we studied that saliva is coming from the salivary gland. So salivary gland is also a gland that is coming under the category exocrine gland. Okay. Same like that, sebaceous gland, otherwise sweat gland, sebaceous gland, salivary gland. These are the examples for exocrine gland. Okay. The next one is endocrine gland that we are discussing now. All the hormones are produced by the endocrine glands like a pituitary. What are the different types of glands? Pituitary gland, thyroid gland, growth, that type of glands that are coming under endocrine gland. Then hexocrine gland, which means these two categories, endocrine and exocrine. These two type of glands coming together, we are saying hexocrine gland. So pituitary, thyroid, these are the glands are the examples for endocrine gland. Exocrine gland means sebaceous gland or sweat gland, salivary gland. These are the examples for exocrine gland. So that's all about the glands. Then there is a study, it's called endocrinology. Endocrinology. It's a term. What it means? Endocrinology. A study of endocrine gland in the role of their secretions is called endocrinology. The study that a particular study about the glands and its role, it's called endocrinology. Okay. The study of endocrine glands in the role of their secretions is called endocrinology. Then we are going to study detailed about the endocrine gland because we are studying about the hormones. We already discussed that the hormones are secreted by the endocrine gland. So what are the functions of the hormones? When you are looking at your kitchen, you can see that the salt packet, it is labeled as enriched salt, otherwise iodized salt. Yes, right? Have you ever noticed it? Why it is written like this? Enriched salt or iodized salt? Because the content is iodine. So iodine is very, very important for the growth and metabolism of our body. So which gland is producing these type of hormones? That is, what are the uses of hormone that we are going to discuss. So iodine is in our body there is a gland which called thyroid. Thyroid gland is producing a hormone called thyroxine. So due to the deficiency of this iodine, there is, in some people we can see that the neck becomes swollen. That disease is called goiter. It is a deficiency. It is coming due to the deficiency of iodine. So the deficiency of iodine is happening because of the hormone. There is a hormone is balancing this iodine metabolism, that is called the thyroid. Thyroid is a gland and the hormone produced by thyroid is called thyroxine. Okay. Same like that, we all know that in some people they are their growth is not same like it's not balancing their ages. If their age is too big but they are still very small, that dwarfism, gigantism, very small and very tall, very big people, these are happening because of the deficiency of growth hormone. So different types of hormones are there and different glands are producing the different types of hormone that we will go and discuss in the next class. So that's all for today's class. Thank you and have a nice day.